Good evening and thanks for joining us for Bison Information Network News. I'm Tristan Dakota. Yesterday was the annual NDSU Com Day, where students in communication fields had a chance to interact with faculty and student organization leaders. This year's event took place in the Prairie Rose Room in the Memorial Union and was broken down in different sections. It started with a professional development panel and finished with a faculty-student mixer at Herd and Horns. Com Day organizers enjoy seeing students getting opportunities to be more involved with their majors.
Com Day is so important is that the communication field is fairly diverse, and so sometimes students get involved and they don't know what they can do with their degree. And so by going to Com Day, it's an opportunity for them to see professionals who have graduated from our program with their BA, MA, PhD, see what they're doing in industry.
Mejia says they expected nearly 400 students to attend the panels throughout the day. This past Tuesday, the NDSU Career Center teamed up with academic advisors to introduce the Major Carnival. Representatives and advisors from every college set up booths with information to their respective areas. Staff and faculty were there to answer students' questions and provide the details that they may need to declare a major. The event started at 11 a.m. and lasted until 2 p.m. and it included carnival-themed snacks and games, as well as a chance to win prizes. If you missed the Major Carnival and still have questions about your major or a class issue, please contact your academic advisor. Last night, the annual Take Back the Night rally kicked off at 6:30 p.m. in the Memorial Great Room. This event is a gathering for all students that brings awareness to survivors of violence and sexual assault. NDSU makes sure to hold this event every year to reach out to students and offer help if need be. Party subs were served for everyone to enjoy as they connected with one another. The night concluded at 9 p.m. after an open mic session where survivors could share their stories to the group. With the fall season now well underway, many different events are happening in the Fargo-Moorhead area to celebrate. Some of the more popular things to do in town is to go visit a pumpkin patch or visiting an area state park. If you're into running, you can check out the 11th annual Fargo Mini Marathon, where you can run the 5K, 10K, or half marathon. If you're a fan of getting spooked, you can check out the Haunted Farm or investigate the paranormal at Bonanzaville in West Fargo. For more information on what events are happening in town during the fall, visit www.fargomoorhead.org. This Saturday, the NDSU Department of Animal Sciences will host its 10th annual Moose, Use, and More event at the NDSU Equine Center. Those who will attend will get to see demonstrations for cattle and equine training, a wagon ride, and a chance to meet some of the animals that call NDSU home are also included. This event gives community members the opportunity to learn about those involved with these animals' daily lives. The event lasts from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 5140 19th Avenue North, and the first 500 guests will get a complimentary breakfast. For more information, visit ndsu.edu and search the event. As President Trump is exploding with anger over the impeachment investigation and a whistleblower complaint, most of his fellow Republicans remain conspicuously silent about the Ukraine scandal. As CNN's Dana Bash reports, some Republicans on Capitol Hill are very worried that President and even his top White House aides don't get that.
What you mostly hear from congressional Republicans on impeachment is the sound of silence. GOP sources tell CNN they have a good reason for that: fear. They have no idea what else House Democrats investigating will uncover. Along with GOP fear, frustration with the president. Performances like Wednesday in the Oval Office.
The whistleblower was so dishonest.
And later in the East Room.
This is a fraudulent crime on the American people.
His rambling, shoot-from-the-hip comments, his stream-of-consciousness tweets, not exactly an anti-impeachment roadmap for his fellow Republicans. In fact, a source involved in Senate GOP discussions tells CNN he is taking it upon himself to tweet about every shiny object. That is not helpful right now. To be sure, lots of Trump GOP allies eagerly came out to defend the initial bombshell, the transcript summary of the president asking Ukraine's leader to do him a favor and investigate his political opponent, Joe Biden.
It was a nothing burger for me, the phone call with the president and the Ukrainian president.
But GOP spin on behalf of Trump is not aging well, especially confronted with facts about the call.
President Trump replies, "I would like you to do us a favor, though."
Well, you just added another word.
No, it's
you said,
in
"I'd
the
like
transcript.
you to do a favor, though."
Yes, it's in the White House transcript.
And about the whistleblower.
You had a bureaucrat who didn't like the president Wait. What are you talking about?
We know he didn't like the president.
No, we don't know that.
Baseless attacks like that on the whistleblower,
When you have a whistleblower that reports things that were incorrect,
plus repeated brazen threats from the president, did compel Iowa Republican Chuck Grassley, a longtime champion of whistleblowers, to release a statement warning no one should be making judgments or pronouncements without hearing from the whistleblower first and carefully following up on the facts. Also noteworthy, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who rarely grants interviews. This week, he did, declaring if the House impeaches the president, the Senate will have no choice but to start a trial.
Under the Senate rules, we're required to take it up if the House does go down that path, and we'll follow the Senate rules.
Senate GOP sources say they're bracing for more shoes to drop. A politically dicey waiting game for more than a handful of Senate Republicans on the ballot and potentially vulnerable in 2020. From Cory Gardner in Colorado to Martha McSally in Arizona to Joni Ernst in Iowa, Susan Collins in Maine to Tom Tillis in North Carolina. It's not just their own political future at stake, but control of the Senate, which Republicans could lose with 3 or 4 seats, something McConnell is well aware of.
What I want to do is spend our time accomplishing things for the American people.
Right now, let's take a look at the weather here in Fargo-Moorhead. Today, not quite as rainy so far as it has been, but still pretty chilly. With recent reports of snow out in western North Dakota, the ground out here in Red River Valley, much less white, but still pretty wet. Highs today were up around the mid to upper 40s with noticeable wind, so today was definitely a day to bust out the sweatshirt or light jacket. Tonight we'll be nearing frost level temperatures, dropping down to the mid-30s overnight. Over the 7-day forecast, tomorrow looks like a nice fall Friday, mostly cloudy skies with highs in the upper 50s, a great opportunity to get outside and enjoy the weather. Because this weekend, rain is likely to hit our area Saturday and Sunday. Saturday currently looks more like a certainty for rain than Sunday. Next week, however, looks rather promising. Highs in the mid to upper 60s are most likely, and not currently looking like too much rain will hit our area, which is certainly a welcome change. Though summer may have officially ended a few weeks ago, it looks like we're getting just a bit more here in October. Up next on Bison Information Network News, a new feature at Bison Games, what it is and what sports it will affect. Also details about the area's Red River Market. We'll be right back. Coming Saturday, grab your jackets and head to the 2019 Red River Market. This is the 4th year the event has taken place. From 10 a.m. around 2 p.m., shop from 75 different varieties of vendors featuring food, household goods, and different forms of art. There will also be live cooking demonstrations, music performances, and family-friendly activities. Due to the heavy amounts of road construction in downtown Fargo, the market has moved to 63 5th Street North. If you would like to learn more about what the Red River Market has to offer, head to fargomoorhead.org. Beer and wine will now be sold at the Shields Center for all NDSU athletic events starting this year. Fans 21 and up can purchase these adult beverages at wrestling meets and basketball games with a proper wristband. Buffalo Wild Wings will handle alcohol sales in the Radio FM Media Club located in the arena's upper level. NDSU Athletic Director Matt Larson made the announcement Tuesday along with the decision to make certain seating areas general admission. Any questions on the new alcohol policy can be directed towards NDSU Athletics. The Fargo-Moorhead area will be showing off its local artists this weekend with the FM Studio Crawl. The event invites everyone in the Red River Valley to come check out the studios of local artists and see their process of creating beautiful paintings. The Studio Crawl features emerging and established visual artists in the area. The event is free of charge and it allows the public and the artists to interact with each other and get people interested in visual arts. To see which studios are available to be viewed, visit fargomoorhead.org. After the break, a new drug can help delay the process of prostate cancer, and the original Ghostbusters is being re-released in theaters with an added twist when we come back. It's the second deadliest cancer for men, but thanks to a new trial, there may be new hope for those battling prostate cancer. In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood brings us the latest on this study.
Encouraging news for men suffering from aggressive forms of prostate cancer. A drug could help slow down the progression of the deadly disease.
This study really looked at men who had progressed or for whom standard of care therapy was no longer working.
The drug olaparib was shown to delay the disease progression in men with metastatic castrate-resistant cancer and mutations in their HRR genes. Castrate-resistant means that the cancer keeps growing even when the testosterone levels in the patient's body have been drastically reduced.
The men that were treated in this trial, it reduced the chance of progression or death by 66%. And men who were on this agent more than doubled the time that they benefited from treatment compared to standard therapies.
The drug is sold under the brand name Lynparza. It's currently used to treat adults with other cancers, including ovarian, fallopian tube, and certain types of breast cancer. But manufacturers hope to get it approved as soon as possible for prostate cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, about 1 out of 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it's more common in older and African American men. It's the second deadliest form of cancer for men behind lung cancer. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
In entertainment news, who's talking big bucks, who's hosting a big awards show, and who's going to call? David Daniel has it all in the Hollywood Minute.
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. Total protonic reversal.
Right, that's bad.
Grab your proton pack and don't cross the streams. The original Ghostbusters is returning to theaters for its 35th anniversary. More than 600 U.S. theaters will screen the classic comedy, including a brand new introduction featuring the film's stars on Sunday, October 6th and Thursday, October 10th. Go to fathomevents.com for details. Rob Riggle has a new gig. The actor, writer, and comedian is set to host this year's Hollywood Film Awards, which bills itself as the official launch of the awards season. The 23rd Hollywood Film Awards take place November 3rd in Beverly Hills.
Before Avatar, I talked to James Cameron.
File this under What Might Have Been. Matt Damon tells GQ magazine James Cameron offered him the lead in Avatar and, as an inducement, offered him 10% of the profits. Damon says it would have interfered with his commitment to making the Bourne ultimatum, so he declined. GQ figures that cost him as much as $250 million. Ouch. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And after the break, what do we have in sports, Isaac?
Well, we got an update on the NDSU football team making their first conference road trip of the year and a breakdown of the Minnesota Twins postseason series against the New York Yankees. That and more when we come back. The NDSU football team had a chance to celebrate its lone bye week of the season last week. Now the attention shifts to the start of Missouri Valley Conference play in Normal, Illinois this week. The team is looking to keep its 10-game MVFC winning streak alive with a win over Illinois State. The Bison were last in Normal in 2017, where they won 20-7 in snowy conditions for win number 2 of its current 25-game streak overall. However, this year's Redbirds present a different challenge, ranked in the top 10 in the coaches poll, and they're winners of 3 in a row. Bison head coach Matt Entz knows just how important it is to start off conference season with a W.
It's always critical. It doesn't matter if road win or home game. You always want to start conference playoff 1-0. And I routinely have talked to our players about trying to win the first one, and the first game of the year, the first road game of the year, the first non-conference game, the first conference game of the year. However you dice it, you know, if you win the first ones of every year, you have a chance to start the year pretty good.
NDSU has won each of its last 7 against Illinois State. Saturday's game starts at noon and can be seen locally on NBC North Dakota and nationally on ESPN+. It wasn't exactly the start to conference play the Bison volleyball team had hoped for last weekend. Friday night's match against South Dakota State started strong for NDSU with a set 1 win. The Jackrabbits would win the next 3. Sunday's match against Omaha, same story, different day. The Bison are back at the Benson Bunker Fieldhouse this weekend to start a 4-game homestand. Friday night against Purdue Fort Wayne and Sunday afternoon against Western Illinois. We'll have highlights from those next week. The NDSU women's soccer team begins its Summit League season this Sunday at Dakota Field against South Dakota. After a 3-1-1 start to the season, the Bison have dropped 3 of its last 4 games, allowing 2 or more goals in each. Early standouts for NDSU include senior forward Elise Huber, accounting for 2/3 of the team's goals, and senior goalkeeper Monica Polgar, keeping 4 clean sheets to this point. That game against the Coyotes on Sunday starts at 1 p.m. That can be seen on TV on Midco SN. Tuesday night, Major League Baseball's postseason kicked off with an instant classic in the nation's capital, and last night in Oakland, There are fireworks in the first inning. It's the AL wildcard game, Rays versus A's, and this is Yandy Diaz leading off the game with a home run for the Tampa Bay Rays. He hadn't even been part of game action for the team since July. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay in the first. To the third inning now, he'd step up to the plate and do the exact same thing. He hits a home run to right field and nearly to the same spot. 4-0 Rays there. That would be enough as Tampa Bay wins it 5-1. That's the team's first playoff victory since 2013, and with that result, the remaining playoff bracket is official. The Rays will take on the Houston Astros, and the Los Angeles Dodgers start play with the Washington Nationals tonight. Game 1 of the Atlanta-St. Louis series is happening as we are live right now. For the Twins-Yankees series in the American League, let's take a closer look at the numbers for each team coming in. The Yankees won 103 games this year to the Twins 101, but the Twins hold slight advantages in other statistical categories such as home runs, batting average, and earned run average. New York did win the season series over Minnesota, 4-2. Game 1 of the series will start tomorrow at 6:07 Central Time. It can be seen on MLB Network, while Game 2 starts at 4:07 and will be broadcasted on FS1 TV. Information of the rest of the series will be revealed as the series advances. The Twins set 24 team records this year, most of which are MLB records, and one of those records, 55 road wins this year. That's the most in Major League Baseball by a long shot. When we come back, we'll have one last check of our weather, but first, Bison on the Street. We'll be right back.
Homecoming week is just around the corner, starting this Monday with a multitude of events happening around campus. So I asked students what they're most excited about this homecoming week and this week's Bison on the Street.
It's got to be the tailgating, getting all the fans together. It's always a fun time, and hearing that cannon go off when the boys run out.
I'm most excited for the homecoming football game and maybe trying to get front row because that would be wild, but
yeah, good luck with that.
I have some friends coming up. My roommates have some friends coming up. I think we're going to just kind of have people at our house, then tailgate, and then, kind of see where it goes.
I guess just enjoying the week and seeing Matthew Friedman win Homecoming King because he's the best option.
My plan, go through the week strong, get all my homework and stuff done by the weekend so I can go out, have a good time, and just really enjoy the game on Saturday. Let's go. Go Bison!
To agree with that last guy, I definitely go Bison. I'll be enjoying the tailgating in the game this weekend. How about
I'll be enjoying the game. I'll be on the field for that. Probably not allowed to do anything else, but I'm surprised nobody mentioned the parade aspect of homecoming. I think it's kind of an underrated part. Looking forward to having it back on campus for this year.
Me too. Well, let's have one last look at our upcoming 7-day forecast. Tonight is looking to still be pretty chilly, dropping down near freezing levels, and it's not looking to get much better this weekend. Saturday, we're looking at a higher chance of rain on Sunday. Next week, however, seems to be absolutely gorgeous outside. Highs in the mid to upper 60s all through next week.
Love to see those 60s and the sunshine. Big time development there in the weather. I really like seeing sunshine at this time of year.
I'm definitely busting out my shorts again
me
for
too.
the sunny weather.
Sure, me too.
That's this week's Bison Information Network news. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next week at 6. Have a great night.